Welcome to another episode of Baby Narc. Lots of episodes tonight. Um, I'm gonna call this video Mixed Messages because Brian has this awful way of texting me completely weird, misspelled, run together words, wrong words, just a hot mess of little things that he texts me. And I know that most of it is because he does voice to text. And, I get it. It's so much easier to do that. And he's got like reading glasses, and who wants to put their reading glasses on? And I get it. But what ends up happening is he just mumbles and I mean, even if you speak super clearly when you're doing voice to text, it's going to capture other words that you didn't mean to say. And instead of him being a normal person, beyond the rude and inconsiderate kind of thing that he is, but even beyond that, just like a normal person who doesn't want to look stupid would say whatever they have to say, voice to text, and then read through it real quick and make sure that that's actually what they meant to say before they hit send. And he has done this for, well, forever. But of course, here's the deal, because narcissists get lazy too. If they're not working you in some sort of way for some sort of purpose, and they've already got you hooked in whatever way it is, I mean, little to huge things, they're not going to exert any kind of extra effort whatsoever if they don't have to. So when, and I've admitted that most of our relationship has been on the phone in some sort of way. Very little in-person interaction. And he, in the beginning, he didn't do that. Now, of course, that was 4 years ago. His addiction has gotten worse. I mean, I told you in another video, he didn't even look the same. I mean, like, really don't look the same. It's weird. But, he's gotten lazier and lazier and lazier about the text messages that he does send me. And of course, the other thing is too, is because he's, all freaking cracked out, of his fucking mind, I mean, he barely thinks straight, much less, text a, coherent, message to me. But, so, last night, well, I might save this for another video, but how I told you that, this whole, weekend has sparked, that's why I started this channel. This whole weekend has, over this horrible text message that he sent me a mile long, and you'd have to watch the other videos to catch up with all that. But so I told you that his option after blasting me with all that would, I said, last night or yesterday when I made a video saying I wondered what would happen during the middle of the night because he operates at night. What would happen? Like, would he not contact me, or would he start his business again? And what do you know? Because now I really think that he is starting to get the picture that, he kept saying, let's just be friends. And I finally was like, okay. And I think he thinks that I'm not playing. And so in the middle of the night, and of course, because I have back problems, I get up in the middle of the night, get a drink of water, whatever. I do see all these messages, and I can't help myself. Ugh, why do you just put that phone in a drawer somewhere until I wake up? And so I saw a text message at, I guess it was around midnight. And, he knows that I have to work. He's so rude. And so about midnight, he starts, now he hadn't talked to me all day. So he had all day to talk to me, but of course he didn't. He likes to wait till night. Oh, and he was off work, by the way. So there was no excuse, although he talks to me all the time when he's at work, so whatever. He waits until about midnight, and then he's trying to get hold of me. And I had said that I had sent him a video being so sweet and be like, okay, you're absolutely right. You don't know me. He always says that. And I don't know you. And he always says that. And we really should be friends. And he's kept saying that. So my video was very like, sure, you get your way. And so I think that when he saw that, and I told you he can feel me. And, oh, sorry, I'm always seeing my back hurts, so I have to move around. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I just spilled my drink. He so sorry, I lost my train of thought here. So many things going. When I have that moment, it's not like I zoned out. You can't imagine all the spinning thoughts that I can't quite get out that I need to tell you about. That's what's going on there. I'm trying to pick which one I want to say. So about midnight, he starts. Well, the first thing he says is, so just to tell you how mean he is. So first thing he says about that video is, "You look pretty." And I almost, okay, so on my phone, if I get a text or a message or whatever, I can kind of click up at the top left-hand corner and kind of sort of read it a little bit without actually clicking on it. Because if I click on it, and I've got my text messages set up to where he knows that I read them, and then obviously Messenger and whatever else. So if I click on it, then he'll know that I read something. But I'm able to kind of sort of manipulate it a little tiny bit, unless he goes really long. But just a little quick thing, I can see it. So I saw that he wrote, "You look pretty," and I almost, because I can't help myself, I almost clicked on it and was gonna be like, thank you. And then also too, I teeter on the, decisions of, if I'm too much of a bitch to him, then, of course, I don't even know why I waste my time. It doesn't even matter. There's nothing I could do, say, not say that's ever going to get him to change or to get it. But in my mind, my mental masturbation, because let's be real, that's really what it all is that he if I'm too much of a bitch, then he'll be like, well, she's a bitch, and then in my mind I'm thinking, well, you're right, so I have to be careful. But then of course I don't want to be too nice to him either, because I'm tired of him running all over me. So so I see this little tiny message that says, "You look pretty," and I was gonna be like, okay, just say thank you. So I'm just about to click on it, for real click on it, and then he puts, "Are you wearing a wig?" Does it look like I'm wearing a wig? I hope not. Anyway, it doesn't. He's just a fucker, man. So I was just like, God, fucking asshole. See, that was his little dig. Because he's probably pissed or upset or whatever his version of normal feelings would be. His narcissist feelings. We need to come up with names for those, because anger is not the same anger we feel. Hate is not the same, like everything, every kind of feeling they have is not the same that we have. But anyway, so whatever thing he's experiencing emotion wise, uh, he's probably tripping out. Actually, I know he is. I keep telling you I feel his energy. He's tripping out on the fact that he's at least, he's pretty damn sure that I'm walking away right now. That I took the bait on his friendship deal. And I'm like, okay, let's be friends. So I think he's like really like, oh shit, because a lot of the time I trip out and, fuck you, I'm never going to see you again and stuff. And then of course he knows that I don't mean any of that. But I think this time he thinks I mean it. And I don't know if I do or not. And he doesn't know if I do or not. I mean, that will unfold as it unfolds, I guess. I guess we'll yet to know. But right this minute, I'm done with him. We'll see what happens. Watch my next video. Wouldn't y'all be so mad at me if my next video is him and I together making out and skipping off into the sunset? No, don't worry, that ain't gonna happen. So he says, is that a wig? And then it took everything in my power to not respond to that, And then, of course, my mind is soaring with what should I say, And then I came up with, I'm not responding to that either. So I have not clicked on, you look pretty. And I haven't clicked on, are you wearing a wig? So he doesn't know that I've seen it. Then he sends it again and says, or I think he says, you look pretty, and then, is that a wig? And then he says again, are you wearing a wig? So it wasn't any kind of voice to text mistake. No, he meant to say that because he's a fucking dickhead. And I don't respond to that either. Oh, I'm fuming, right? Oh my God. I just want to reach through the phone and fucking slap his fucking gross ass. And so then now see, like I said, I can read like just a little quick little sentence or half a sentence. So those are little tiny snippets. So I'm able to read them without clicking on it. And so then the next thing he says is, please talk to me. And I'm just like, oh my God, you fucking asshole. I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts calling. Yeah, he starts calling now. Oh, then he starts, so that was on Messenger, and then he starts texting, just phone. So he does a Messenger thing, and I can read all that. I haven't clicked on it, and then he starts calling me. Doesn't leave a message though, and I don't answer. And then and I don't have a block. So another thing about blocking, if you don't already know, actually, I hope you don't know. I hope you don't know all these crazy tricks and stuff. I hope you have normal people in your life, and you're happy in your relationship that you don't even know that you can block someone. So if you block somebody's number, you won't get their text messages ever, like ever. And then what it'll say on their side is sent. It won't say received or read. It'll just say sent. So then they kind of know that they're blocked. And then if they call, it immediately goes to voicemail. It doesn't even ring. And you know who taught me that? Him. Yeah, he taught me that. I didn't even know that you could block people and whatever. So, but I don't have him blocked. So, because that's another thing. Once again, the least crazy I look and the least angry I look and bitchy and stuff like that to him, then he can't come back and say, well, you fucking blocked my number. So I didn't block it. So the phones are ringing and ringing and ringing, but he won't leave a message. And then he sends me a text message. Okay, now here's where it gets weird. Okay, actually, before I get into that, so real quick, um, uh, okay, okay, God, there's so many things. Ugh. Okay, so the next thing he does is he texts me a video that he made of him crying, but not crying for me. This is one of his drug crazy crying things. And here's the deal. He puts this stuff, he has a YouTube channel, and he puts this stuff out publicly. Now he'll erase stuff because he's the king of erasing things. But, and then he's got all of his friends subscribed to his channel. Anything he puts, they see it until he erases it. And of course, unless they have the alert thing turned off, but if they have alert thing on, they're going to see it immediately. And so he sends this video of him in the car, and he's crying, and he's like, life, I just don't know what's going to go on with me. These drugs are just fucking up my life, and it's sad. And I think at that moment, that was a real moment. He only has moments of reality. And, because he's been on this bender. I keep calling it a bender. I mean, we're growing into 6 months that I know for sure that he's been doing meth and everything else on a regular basis. Oh my God, he's going to end up fucking dead. So, well, it just makes me sick. So I click on the video. I know it's so crazy, and it's crazy that he's taught me all these technological things here. If he sends me a video and I click on it, he doesn't know that I clicked on it. It only shows if he texted something and I clicked on it, and then it shows that I read it. So I quickly click on the video and watch it, and it's only like a minute long, whatever, of him crying, bawling, he even called it life, and just, going off the rails. Anyway, so back to the whole message debacle. So, okay, so now he's got me. So that'll happen around midnight, something, 12:30. And then I got in the shower. I didn't do I watched that video and I got in the shower. I didn't respond to anything else that he had sent, and I didn't call him back or anything like that. And then he went back on Messenger. He flip-flops. He goes back on Messenger and he starts tearing into me again. He's like, I just can't talk to you. I'm trying as hard as I can at 12:30 at night, even though I've been home all day and haven't made any attempt to contact you until right this minute, because that's when I want to do it. I'm trying as hard as I can to contact you, and this is why we broke up, and I'm trying to get with you now, I mean, I could come over right now, and you're just being a bitch to me, I know you're seeing my message, that whole thing. But in this little tirade that he's got voice to text going on, he says some other weird stuff. Like, he says this one thing that says, I should hate you. Now, he said that. And I should hate you. And two other weird things. And then some other weird words that didn't make any sense. I mean, the whole thing was just a mess. And so I'm pissed off about the wig thing. It's not a wig. Maybe I should start wearing wigs. I'm pissed off about that. So I text back, I should hate, like, through this whole thing, because, it's his big long thing. And I text back, what do you mean? What do you mean you hate me? And then he's like, and of course, he won't call me. The only reason he called me before was just to get my attention, but he doesn't actually want to actually speak. He just wants to text and bombard me with whatever he has to say. And then if I, whatever I send back to him, even if it says read on the thing, doesn't mean that he actually read it. And, he doesn't. There's a lot of things that I'll send all kinds of things, and he, good or bad, and he won't actually read it. He don't give a fuck. And, he, is like, what are you talking about? I don't hate you. Why are you acting like this? So I hit the thing to where you can copy the text message, or I keep calling it text message, but it's on Messenger, the message. You can click on it, take a copy of it, and resend it back to him. So I do that. And then he's like, how did you do that? What are you like, capturing my text and archiving things? Like, how did you do that? Like, he freaked out. I thought he knew about all the technology stuff. And he's like, what are you, fucking psycho? Like, and I said, no, you're saying that you did not say just a second ago that you hate me. And I'm sending you back exactly what you just said and all the other stuff you just said. Well, my voice to text, doesn't work, and I can't believe you're picking that out of what I said and trying to make a big deal. He's just going off on me. Again, he is never, and here's what's weird about this whole thing that's going on right now, through all of the things that I've been through with him, because 4 years, and this is the first time that I've had these feelings of separating myself from him. Like, I'm getting real close to, man, it's hard to break up with a narcissist. Dadgum, shoot, man. I've started diets that were easier than this. Hell, man. And he's feeling something. He got the feels, because he's realizing, man, he fucked up this time. But I have to say also, what's weird is he's never attacked me in the way that he attacked me, starting with this whole Samantha thing, coming over to my house for that party. And you know what? I have not seen him. So that party was, that was, I'll have to look at my calendar. Either it was Thanksgiving weekend. I think it was Thanksgiving weekend, or maybe it was the weekend after. It might have been the weekend after, but we're still about a month out that I haven't seen him in person. And I think, man, this is like really serious. And the things that I've been reading about narcissism and stuff is what they do is every time they love bomb you, it gets shorter. The love bombing, it gets a short period of time, and you go right back into the cycle of abuse quicker, and the cycle of abuse gets more intense. And yeah, this is pretty damn intense. And I told you, he's never put his hands on me. He's never thrown anything at me or shoved me or anything physical, but that might be next on the docket. I don't know. But so yeah, he his mixed messages, they're all fucked up and weird and crazy, and they're insane, and they're really hard to read and understand, and they don't make any sense. And then when I ask him about it, he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't say that. And it's just weird. It's just another huge mind fuck. If I sit there and go, fuck you, and then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just told me to fuck off. I'm like, I didn't say fuck you. I said you. Yeah, crazy making. And then if you're a decent person or you're an empath, your first inclination, your first method of operation is to be like, oh, maybe I did misunderstand what you just said. Maybe you really didn't say fuck you. Maybe you just said you know. And of course, more normal people would be like, fuck you back. You did just fucking say fuck you. What are you, fucking crazy? You fucking narcissist? So yeah, so the mixed messages, that's what I'm going to call this video. It's more manipulation. Because and I'm sure he gets off on it. That's the other thing too is, narcissists, they don't just, because everything's for a reason, they don't just fuck you up accidentally. It's on purpose, and it's, they enjoy it. And when I keep saying they get off on it, I mean, it's not just like, oh, that was cool, that was funny, or whatever. No, they're like, yes, I fucked that person over so bad. They love it. And so, if he's sending me crazy messages that I have to decipher, then that controls me. And then when I come back and ask him about what he said, then he controls me again by saying that he didn't say it and making me feel like I'm crazy. And then of course that sparks, because he loves to fight. And so that sparks a fight. And then what he loves to do is he loves to pick a fight, get us going, get it started, and then get me engaged in it. And then I start fighting, and then somehow my level of it gets even crazier than his original level, probably because he kind of pulls back. Man, it's all psychology, man. Then he can say that all I love to do is fight. It's just manipulation after manipulation. It just doesn't fucking end. So yeah, if somebody is giving you mixed messages, calling you say they didn't, not calling you say they did, just the actual message itself, not being clear, when you ask them and say, wait, what? And then they're like, oh, no, what I meant was blah, blah, blah. And then it seems normal, and you're like, oh, oops, it was just an oops. Now, if they don't straighten that out, because normal people don't want to hurt other people and don't want to leave somebody being like, wow, what you said hurt my feelings. We like to straighten stuff out and be like, whoa, hold on, let's fix this issue. But no, he is causing the issue, and he wants it to continue. So if anybody's doing that to you, that's manipulation. And I'm not saying that you're definitely with a narcissist, but a manipulator is gonna continue that kind of stuff, because if you allow it, then they're gonna keep doing it. So yeah, mixed messages. And then the other thing is, he says, well, my eyesight isn't so great. I don't feel like putting on my reading glasses. So you hate me so much that, because you do, you hate me. You hate me because I love you. That's what this whole thing boils down to. I love him, and he hates me for it. But he hates me so much that he would rather misconstrue and get me all upset over text messages that saying all kinds of weird words, and it's not even just weird words, but it's like stuff that doesn't, like he'll say hello and it says jello and just weird shit like that. It's a mind fuck. And he hates me so much that he won't put his reading glasses on and sit there and type it and make sure, or at least do voice to text, put his reading glasses on, read through it, make sure that that's what he really meant, and then, edit it, but yeah. Well, actually, here's the solution to the whole thing, is calling me on the phone. Actually, here's the solution to the whole thing. He should be living here. I got this apartment because he he got me to get this apartment. He should be living here. We should have all of our interaction in person. And even if he's not living here, then he should be here a lot. And we should have all of our interaction in person. And then even when he's not here, even if he lived here and was at work or whatever, blah, 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 we should be having interactions by a phone call. But they can't manipulate me that way. Yeah. Okay. Get away from that narcissist if you're with one. Block that number. See, now you know about blocking. Bye.